Click on the subscribe button and remember to press the bell icon for regular notifications from our digital blogger. Hello friends, welcome to our digital blogger. Today we are going to review Nirmal Bang. It's a full service stockbroker. In this review, we will be talking about the company background, pricing, brokerage, customer service, trading platforms, exposure, and some other features that can help you to figure out whether Nirmal Bang is a good choice for you or not. Let's get started. So Nirmal Bang is a full-service stockbroker based out of Mumbai since 1986. Now during that period in 1980s or 1990s, a lot of full-service stockbrokers came into existence. However, when we talk about Nirmal Bang, it has for some reason not been able to capture a lot of brand equity. Now when we talk about Angel Broking or Motilal Oswal, over the years they were born on the same sort of pattern. Over the years they have been able to create a huge brand leverage and they're using that for now. But Nirmal Bang for some reason has not been able to capture that aspect. Now when you talk about research reports and trading calls, you can rely on Nirmal Bang. It provides you a decent quality. However, the trading platforms by this full service stockbroker are a grey area. They need to certainly work on that aspect. Moving ahead, if we talk about trading products, now with the services of Nirmal Bang, you can trade and invest across equity, commodity, currency, derivatives, IPOs, insurance, mutual funds and depository services. So that's quite a huge array of different trading and investment products for you. Then talk about trading platforms. Now they've got solutions for every particular device. We will start with the mobile app, and for that we need to check out Google Play Store. So the mobile app of Nirmal Bang is called Beyond. Now this application is rated at 3.6 by around 530 users. Out of those, around 28% of them have rated this app negatively. Overall satisfaction score stands around 72%. Now if you look at the update frequency cycle, they generally update their mobile app in a range of 5 to 6 weeks. The last one being done on 4th of May 2017. We are recording this video in June 2017. So yes, the number looks alright, but it can certainly be improved to, well, let's say around 3 to 4 weeks at least once. Number of installs are in the range of 10,000 to 50,000. So number wise, it looks an average app, not so great, not so bad. But there are some concerns. When we had a word with some of the clients of this particular full service stockbroker, the issues were around the performance aspects. So speed can be a problem at times. There are issues with the login functionality. People have faced concerns while logging into the application every now and then. And if you're looking to perform your technical or fundamental analysis within this application, the using of the charting feature is going to be a little cumbersome. It's going to be a little difficult, especially for beginners. So yeah, these concerns do look grave. So as of now, we will not be able to recommend you to go ahead and use this application. There are far more better applications out there for your mobile trading. But as of now, Nirmal Bang has a lot to work upon. And once they do that, we will certainly come back and let you know about it. For now, we can just wait for the things to get better. Then if we talk about the other trading platforms offered by this full service stockbroker, we need to check out digitalblogger.com. So when we talk about other trading platforms from this particular stockbroker, they provide you only Indite for terminal based solution. Now what exactly this means is that they don't really have an in-house terminal based software. They have basically outsourced this application and given it to their clients. Now for usage, not a big concern. It's a decently designed application, gives you high performance and speed. Number of features are also very exhaustive, so no complaints there either. And finally, if we talk about your technical or fundamental analysis, you will have good time while doing it. The charting feature, the technical indicators, the heat maps are pretty much there. The only concern with the application is that the user experience can be improved in terms of the navigation or the overall setup. Now, especially for beginners, this might be a difficult one to understand at the start. By time, they probably will get the hang of it, but at the start, they will probably find it a little difficult to use. At the same time, if you are a client of Nirmal Bang and you have any feedback towards this application, even if you transfer the feedback to the stockbroker, they will not be able to take any action. They'll probably transfer it further to the Audit technical team, but that's pretty much it, nothing beyond. So that is one big concern, what really happens when the stockbroker is not producing their own in-house trading platforms and they're just relying on outsourced services. Then we have NB Trade. Now this application is designed and developed by this full service stockbroker itself. This is a web-based software. You don't need to download or install anything. Just go to the link offered into the website of Nirmal Bang, click there and put in your credentials and you can start trading. Pretty lightweight, doesn't require much of high configuration from your device. It's also adaptive in nature, so you can use it from any particular device you want, using any particular browser. You can trade across equity, currency, commodity and derivatives within this application. So certainly it's one of the recommendable softwares. Yeah, number of features are still limited. You can't really compare it with Audit, but still for beginners or probably smaller investors, this application works pretty fine. Then we already talked about beyond the mobile application. If you want to have a detailed look, you can do that in this particular page. Then we have the back office functionality as well. Like any particular stockbroker, Nirmal Bang also provides with you a back office with all kinds of portfolio statements and your overall transaction history and your trading setup there. It gives you a complete snapshot of how have you been trading and investing on the stock market and what kind of cues you can take from here. So these are different trading platforms and it's very tricky to recommend some of them. Well, Audit is certainly one of those, and if you want to trade through the web-based browser application, you can go ahead and use NB Trade. Beyond is one of those applications that certainly needs some improvement at this point in time. So after trading platforms, now let's check out the pricing. So to open your Demat on trading account with Nirmal Bang, you don't need to pay anything, it's free. The maintenance charges are at 200 rupees every year, so you need to pay that amount, and brokerage is at 0.2% for delivery. Now what exactly does that mean? So if you trade for, let's say, 1 lakh rupees for intraday or rather delivery trades, in that particular way you are going to pay 200 rupees as brokerage charges to this full service stockbroker. Irrespective of the fact you are going to make profit or you're going to incur some loss, you are supposed to pay 200 rupees as brokerage charges plus some taxes to this stockbroker. Now this is about delivery. If you talk about the other trading segments, we need to check out digitalblogger.com again. Now these are the values here. We talked about delivery, then intraday 0.02, similarly for futures here, for equity and currency. For options in equity, you got to pay 35 rupees per lot and 20 rupees for currency. So from that perspective, it certainly looks a reasonable broker within the full service stockbroker community. When you compare these numbers with discount broker, obviously the comparison can't be made. Discount brokers are certainly much more cheaper than a full service one. At the same time, you can certainly negotiate it even further down, and depends really on your negotiation skills and the initial trading account balance you're starting with. Other than that, the brokerage values looks decent, but the only catch here is when we move and transit towards transaction charges. Now, this is pretty much the part of your overall payment. You're supposed to know how much transaction charges you are paying along with the brokerage. Don't stop at account opening or annual maintenance and brokerage. Go beyond that and understand that you are supposed to pay transaction charges as well. So in equity delivery and intraday, you are supposed to pay 0.00390%. Now these values are prescribed by SEBI, and the number for SEBI equity is 0.00325%. So certainly Nirmal Bang is charging much more than it should be. Even in other segments, the value here should be 0.0500 while it's charging 0.0570. So there are some minuscule numbers that have been turned up and are being charged from the clients. So you will probably think that these numbers are so small. Why does it matter? Even if it does matter, why should I care? Now, the problem is that we are looking from a percentage perspective. Now every day this particular stockbroker does a turnover of 2,000, 3,000 crore. So that's the overall turnover for the day, and that is where this calculation comes into picture, where that number is multiplied with this percentage. Then you can probably figure out how much transaction charges are being paid up by the total set of customers, and the difference that the stockbroker is paying to SEBI and is leaving rest to himself or herself. From that particular perspective, these numbers are certainly much bigger on a way. So transaction charges are certainly negotiable, and you should be talking to the executive once you're opening an account with these guys, and make sure you're paying industry standard numbers and nothing beyond that. Moving ahead, if we talk about exposure or leverage, for people who don't understand the concept, basically it's kind of a short-term loan offered by your stockbroker at a specific interest rate. Now that interest rate could be in the range of 15 to 20% depending on your trading value. In case of Nirmal Bang, you are supposed to get delivery exposure up to 4 times of your trading account balance, and for intraday it's 10 times. Now if you have a trading account balance of 10,000 rupees, you can trade for 1 lakh for intraday and 40,000 for delivery trades. Similarly, in other segments you will get some sort of exposure values as prescribed on the table. Now looking from your industry perspective, these numbers are not so great, not so high, and you want to be very sure if exposure is one of your primary criteria, then Nirmal Bang probably is going to disappoint you on that aspect. Having said that, you have to be very sure while using this concept of leverage or exposure. If you don't know how this works, then you must certainly not be putting up any money, any effort whatsoever. Learn about it, understand the implications, and then only put a single pie of money into this piece. Otherwise it can be very, very risky. So these are multiple aspects here. Now finally, if we talk about positives and negatives of opening an account with Nirmal Bang, we'll start with the positives first. So like we discussed, the account opening at Nirmal Bang is free. You don't need to pay anything. The brokerage is also pretty reasonable. When you talk about the research, it's pretty good. In fact, it's better than the industry average. And like we discussed at the very start, the trading products, they've got a wide variety of those products, and you can use any of them. When it comes to negatives, we'll start with the transaction charges we just discussed. That's a big concern, and we should certainly be talking to the executive before you open the account. Then the trading platforms are pretty average, can be improved, especially the mobile app. The exposure values are limited in nature, and finally the customer service is one grey area that Nirmal Bang should be focusing on, especially on the quality of service provided and the skill of the trainees or the executives out there. Other than that, these are different dimensions. Now you have to figure out which particular area is of your choice, and if Nirmal Bang suits you, you can go ahead and open an account with them. However, if you want us to set up a call back from Nirmal Bang, what you can do is check out this link, digitalblogger.com/Nirmal Bang open Demat account, put in your details there, and we will be setting up a call back for you absolutely free. However, at the same time, if you want to talk to an executive of a stockbroker that matches exactly with your requirements, or you want us to help you out in finding a suitable stockbroker for you, you can check out this other link, digitalblogger.com/free callback broker choice. Put in your details there, and we will be doing what you want. So that is it. Thank you so much for watching the video. We hope you liked it. In case you did, please go ahead and press the thumbs up button. We'll really appreciate that. You can also subscribe to our channel, Digital Blogger, at YouTube for similar videos in the future. Thank you so much again for watching the video. Bye bye.